This is a very short presentation on some of the ins and outs of aerial detection survey. Aerial detection survey is an activity that occurs on an annual basis. It's conducted by the Forest Service of the state of Colorado and the United States Forest Service, and it involves individuals going up into single engine aircraft and determining what types of activities are occurring in the forest below in terms of insect and disease damage. The first issue that comes up is this real science or is this kind of an art? And we know that there's a good deal of individual interpretation with regards to what the patterns are seen out the window. Different people observe colors differently and patterns differently, and there can be a wide range in the way people interpret this on the maps that are resulting from this aerial detection. Like I said, it's individuals going up in the single engine aircraft, which are subject to quite a bit of buffeting by speed and movement as they're caught in updrafts and pushed around by wind. So there is a physical aspect to it, and certainly not just a simple looking out the window and recording what they see. The task that they're responsible for is determining their location. This has been in large part supplemented recently by the development of GPS systems, but they are responsible to determine what cover type they're flying over, what the tree species they're looking at are, and if there is any damage occurring, what the causal agent of that damage is. So there's quite a bit of experience that comes into play in this activity. The timing of the activity that they see, the damage that they see on the ground, is always at least 1 year old. Bark beetles attack a tree, and it takes a full year for that to show up. Now, in the case of some organisms, such as spruce beetle, it takes a full 2 years for the activity to show up. So a flight that occurred in the summer of 2012, if you're looking at pine species, it actually showing trees that were attacked in 2011. And if you're looking at for spruce beetle, and you see it in the summer of 2012, you're talking about trees that were attacked in 2010. So there is a time lag at the very best. The patterns that they're looking for is referred to as a signature, and it refers to the coloration of the trees, the damage, and what parts of the trees are being affected. And in some cases, it's very difficult to determine from the signature what is going on the ground. A good case in point is root disease. We know root disease is very important in forested situations, but it is very difficult to determine from aerial survey. So in most cases, root disease is not even showing up on the maps. We do know root disease is important, but it does not have a good signature. It's very difficult to track it. Another one of our key agents that are difficult to track through the signature is, again, spruce beetle. And that's because there's a minimal color change in the trees that are attacked. The trees start out as a bright green color, of course, and as they're attacked, that green sort of slides into a gray and then a silvery gray as the needles dry out. And in a lot of cases, the needles just turn gray and fall off about the time the generations emerge. So the tree is completely dead, and it's very difficult to determine that from a distance. The best use of aerial detection survey is to determine what the trends are and what locations are being affected. You can't really take a pixel on the map and go straight out there and consider it to be what's going on the ground exactly. But it is very useful to determine, are these populations increasing, are they decreasing, and where are locales that are experiencing a lot of damage, what we like to call hotspots. So there are, while aerial detection survey is very useful to people trying to determine what's going on in the forest, it is more of an aid than a ultimate source of information. We have to back it up with ground survey work, and a lot of times just observations taken in the field. So those are just some points, pros and cons, about aerial detection survey.